Hello guys, welcome back to another tutorial, and we are still trying to create the booking application, but what we've been able to achieve so far is now we are able to create the room. We're able to create the room and then get all the rooms, view the room as well. What is it? Yeah, create the rooms, view the room. We might probably have to work on the landing page for a bit. We have a login and everything going for us, so basically quite set up properly. So what I'd want to now do is, with the continuation, is to be able to edit and then delete the rooms. So that'll be the goal for this tutorial, but at some point, if you're able to get it done quick enough, we probably will do the having to have a carousel to be able to go through the various images that we have for each room. Okay, so let's get started. So inside the room, what I would also want to have is, let's bring this down. What I want to have is this is the container, have the room, the image wrapper, yeah. What I want to have is rather have a link tag, that is the edit room, like that. And then we go to I think we have to do this, bring rooms, edit, then I want the room dot underscore ID, like that. That should give us something to work with. There we come. Yeah, so we have that here, which is the edit room, but we've not defined the route for it yet. So we want the route to go to /rooms, edit, then the ID. So we come in here. First of all, let's create the JSX for that page. So let's create a new folder and say edit room, and then create the JavaScript file, edit room.jsx. We do a RAFCE, and let's change this to H1 and say edit room, like that. So we come up to the app.js and then create the route for it. So in here I'll say inside the route for the path, which is /rooms /edit with the ID. I want to use edit room, which will be automatically imported. This will have to be in, this will have to be in like this, edit room, like that. Let's see if we get that. Yeah, there you get that here. All right, let's go to the edit room. So first of all, what we need to bring in, we need use effect. We get that from React, and then for now, yeah, we need the use state too as well to manage the state of the form that we are going to create. So let's say let's say const form data set form set form data, use a use state. All we need is the name, we need the price, and then we need the description, and then for now, and then room numbers, which will be an empty array. Let's destructure it and bring out the name, price, description, room numbers from the form data, like that. That should work. Cool. From there, let's bring in the use effect and then get the ID from that. So we say get room for now, and then say const get room, should be on the same function, but then we also need to get the ID as well. So we have to bring in the use params, yeah, and then we can then say that ID will be the use params, like that. And then basically we are getting the ID from, why we can get room. It should be 1s. I already changed that. Okay, so basically we are getting the ID from here, which is this. Okay, so we can then say that with the get room function, we then do a fetch request. So let's do a try catch, and then we have our error in here. For that we say console.log error, and then we can say const we await fetch /API /rooms. Wait, let's bring in this. Let's say /API /rooms, and then we need the ID. Right. So the data will be base res.json, and then let's say console.log the data. Let's see what we get from the database. Yeah, so we have this, and then we need to perform some a little bit manipulation with the room numbers, because when you check the room numbers, we are getting an array, but what we need is the numbers. Then we can set that to the basically let's make this a string. It actually should be a string, so that we can set that to this. I'll explain that in a bit. So after getting the data, what I'd want to do is I'll say room numbers, and then I'll get the rest from the data. Alright, so when I console.log the room numbers, I should get list of array, which is 4 of them. Let's refresh. Alright, I get 4 of them, and I'd want to get 4, 1, 2, or 3. So what I can do is to map over each array and get a single array. So I'll say const room map will be room numbers, then I'll map by each item, then I want the item that number, that will return us an array of just the number. Right, so when I say console of room map, that will give us an array of 4142 and all of that. And then what I'd want to do is to convert that to a string. So I'll say room string will be room map dot join dot. Okay. Will that work? So let's see console.log room string. Yeah. So then I'll say set form data to, let's spread what's already in the rest, and then I'll say room number will be room string. Set room numbers. Room numbers. Okay, room numbers will be that. Yeah, go. That should do it. Okay, so let's then also bring in the form. Let's create a form wrapper, and then I'll bring in a form. We don't need the action for now, and in here I'll say that input group. What I'll need a label will be for the name. Basically, we are doing what we did for, and then an input type of text. Wasn't necessary. Name. Name. And then on change, we say handle change. Let's make this bigger. Then value will be name. Let's try and then also define the onChange here. Let's say constant handle change will be a function for that. Let's just keep that. Let's see if we have any errors. So basically, if we should check the form, let's put this in a container as well. All right, we already have the what do we have to do? Yeah. Why is the let's check the app. Let's go into app styles and container max width 90%, 0 auto. Why are you not working? Let's continue. I'll handle that later. So we have the name, that input group. Okay. Then we want the price. Paste that here. Say this will be, oh, this is supposed to be name. in here, same price, input for label for price, and then this will be price, and then the value will be price, like that. I don't like it that we having this problem. Anyway, then we do the same thing for the description, but for that we will need a text area. Matter of fact, let's go to, let us not try to recreate this. Let's go to the create room, yeah, and then bring all of this. Like that. And then let's come in here. Usually I don't like doing copying and pasting, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So see why I don't like it. Yeah, I know you out there. I don't need the form. I don't need a file. And then handle submit. I don't have the handle submit yet. So let's try and define the handle submit somewhere. Say e.prevent fault, like that, and then handle submit. I just defined it. Okay, refresh. All right. So why are you working and the other one was not working? Whatever. So description is already here. Then we have our room numbers values here. Then submit. Cool. So with the onChange, we do basically the same thing we did for the create room. onChange. Where is it? onChange. Okay, so say set form data. We need the previous data, and then previous data, and then we pass the e.target name, and then value, like that. What did we prevs? Yeah. Okay, so let's come in here. Then we say update works. Then let's do 400, like that. That works. Okay. So we still need to copy some things from the create room. We still would want to copy okay, we will need this, but we don't need this because we already have values for it. Yeah, we will need this. What is it? Yeah, so let's bring it here, paste. Come on. Yeah, we need this. Then Yeah, we will need this to convert the room numbers as well. Let's do paste this, and then we will also, we don't need to upload an image for now. We do it on a different page, so that it won't be as complex as it. So then we'll need this as well. But we don't need the list here. So basically that'll be it. So let's do console log data to submit, like that. And let's see what we get. Okay, this is what we get. So let's try and change this to update. Like that. Let's submit to see what we get in the console. So yeah, everything works. All right, so let's create an update to dispatch the data to submit. So let's come back to the slices, which will be in features. Features room, and then I'll do room slice. Yo, what are you saying? let me call you back. I'm in the middle of something. I'll call you back. Huh? I'm in the middle of something. I'll call you back. Yeah. All right. So sorry about that. So inside the room slice, I'll say let's create the function to update the room. So I'll say update room will be export const update room will be create async thunk will be taking a room, and now will be an update, and then should be an async function with room data and then the thunk API, and then from there we can do a try catch, and then let's console log the error.message, and then we return thunk API reject with value error.message, like that. Before we do that, let's say you await, let's do a fetch API rooms, and then API rooms, and then we need the ID. So we will have to then get the ID from the data to submit. So we can say that const ID, let's say room ID, and then let's spread the rest, and then we use it from the room data. So before we pass the data to submit, let us also add the room data with room ID, sorry, to be the ID as well. So we pass the ID from here, and then we get the, take out the ID and then spread the rest for the body. So we then have to pass in the parameters. Headers, I'll say content type will be application /JSON, and then the body will be JSON.stringify. That will be the rest. Yeah. Then let's bring in the method. It will be put like that. So we then have to go to the room ID like that. Save. Alright, so basically the room data goes to, we do a try catch, we spread out the room ID from the room data, then we make a fetch request to the API rooms with the ID, and then define these parameters with the content type application /JSON, a method of put, and all of that. So we'll also then have to add the cases for it. So let's come down here and say that add case. Once we have the ID, let's add the cases. So you say update room.pending, pass the state, and then we say that this loading will be true, and then let's add the state for that fulfilled. We also need the state action, and then state dot rooms equals to action. What I actually would want us to do is to, after we update the room, get all the list of the rooms again, and then send it back to the front end. So let's add another case of update room dot rejected, let's pass a state, and then an action, and then we say state dot is loading will be false, state dot is error will be true, state dot message will be the action dot payload. Actually, what we also need to do here is say that state dot is success to be true, state dot is loading to be false, like that. I think we forgot to do something as well with the yeah. So let's say const data will be await res.json. Let's say if not res dot okay, you want to return thunk API dot reject with value the data. Other than that, let's return data like that. So let's go over the code. So I'll say with the update room, we create an async thunk with the name room update, and then we pass in the parameters of room data and then the thunk API. We then destructure the room ID from the room data, and then we grab the rest and we make a fetch request to the /APS rooms with the room ID. The headers will be the content type, application, JSON. The method will be a put, which is an update request. The body will be the JSON.stringify with the rest of the data from here. Sorry. Alright, so we then pass the response that we get as a JSON. If it's if there's a reason that it fails, we want to return thunk API reject with value with the response message, and then other than that, we just will return the data. And then down here we have our cases, which is update room pending is loading state dot is. Why do we have false? It's loading. Do we have? Let's copy this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? State that. Yeah, it's true. You add the case. No, not this. How is it? Update room. This is the get room. State. Why do we have this error? Alright, to be true. State that is loading was false. All of that. Okay, cool. So in our front end, do we have any errors? No. Alright, in our front end, which is the where we are going to dispatch the data to submit, which is the edit room. No, not this. Which is the edit room. Let's bring in some few utilities. So we say import update room. We need the update room, and then also bring in the reset, and then import the use selector, and then use dispatch as well. Alright, so we then will say const dispatch will be use dispatch, and then we say let's bring in the selectors. So we say is success will be use selector. We need the state dot rate. Alright, so let's check to see if there has been a successful update. So So what we can do is say bring in another use effect, and that will depend on the success, like that. And then we say if it's success, I say let's do navigate to rooms. So that will mean that we need to bring in use navigate from React router DOM, use navigate like that, and then let's define the navigate from here. Yeah, and then we say if it is successful, we navigate to the rooms. Like that. Do we have any errors? So moment of truth. Let's say this one is update. Scroll down, submit. Oh, we have to dispatch it on the submit. Let's do dispatch like that. Let's try again. Let's say update, submit. Yeah, works. Cool. Let's check. Yeah, this is what we have. Cool. So let's edit again, and then let's edit this first one, and then we say edit. Oh, so if it is successful, then from there we then will have to dispatch the reset as well. So let's come in here as a little something that I had to deal with for a while. Use effect const get room, use effect, yeah, and then let's dispatch reset so that it's successful turned out to be false again, so that we can then edit slides. Do you have reset? So is success false? Oh. Okay. Redux. Okay, so it's true, but let's dispatch reset so that we just want to make the let's come in here, use effect. Okay, so basically I was thinking that we are going back to the create rooms. All right, so and then with the edits, I also want to delete the room as well. So we come back to the room GX file, then we have a button here. Then we say delete room, but first what I would want to do is that I first would want to check if the user is an admin first. So let's bring in do we have the user? We need to bring in use selector as well, then say use selector, and then let's bring in user user costume use selector, pass the state, then got the state dot user like that, state dot auth, sorry, like that. Then let's inspect. Okay, so we say that if the user is an admin, then show the delete button. If it is not, don't show it. So let's take this off and cut this out. Then we say is user dot is admin. Let's do something other than that. Let's don't show anything. So if the user is an admin, then show the delete button like that. So let's check the user, what we have for whether it's an admin. So let's log user name created okay, let's log out, go to the, what do we have there? Oh yeah, with the let's save. What we need to do is bring in the like that, and then refresh. That should work. Yeah. So I think when we log in, let's go back to the front end. I think we didn't send the as admin back to the front end. So go into server and then say user route, and actually it should be user controller, user controller. So when the login is done, where is it? Yeah, what I want to do is password, take out password, send the rest. do we have the user model? Let's check. User model. Yeah, it's admin is here. Default is true. Right, let's log in. So let's go to Redux. Off user name, email. Yeah, it should be on its admin rooms. Update. Come up here. Let's do console.log. This admin. Yeah, true. So what I want to do is say that this admin user true. I want to show quickly rather than show nothing. So why are you not showing? So what are you saying? Yeah. So this will be, let's put this in a wrapper. Let's say like this. Put you here. Like that. So let's try and install it a bit because now it looks too ugly. So we could say dot std upper. Let's do background color blue. What do we have? Okay. I'll say the link tag. I'll say the A tag. I'll say display block padding 1 rem, 2 rem, left, right, background color. For now, let's use black. Then color white. Then the button. Let's have a margin button. Should be an inline block. Let's do block, and then margin right 100 like that, and then the button, I want the background color 100 and outline 1 border 1 margin and 1 to color like that. Font size, font weight, and yeah. Okay. The CTA wrapper, I just want to have a margin top. Let's put 1 gram on it. Okay, cool. And then margin button, I just want to like that. Cool. Alright, so then let's define an onClick, then we dispatch a delete. We don't need this. And then let's write the delete function for the room slice. So there is the update, and then we say export const delete room. We have like create async tonk room /delete, and then it should be an async function which will take the room ID and then the tonk API, and then let's define the try catch. Then let's return tonk API dot reject with value message, and then let's do the rest close to await fetch / API room ID, and then we do method delete. Basically that's what we have. Data will be await res.json, and then if not res. Okay, so return tonk API dot reject with value with data, and then other than that, let's return the data. So basically, if we should dispatch the delete function, are we having an empty? Okay, basically, if we should dispatch the delete function, all we need is the room ID, which is this one. We make a fetch request for to API rooms with the room ID. Method is delete. We pass the response to a JSON, but if there's a problem for some reason, we reject that. So let's then create the cases for the delete room. If we don't create the cases, the state will not immediately change after the deletion is done. So we say dot add case delete room dot pending as the state, and then say state that is loading to be true. And let's add another case. That's for failed. We need a state, and then we action state that is loading to be false, state that is success to be true, state that rooms will be the action that's pay, like that. What you can do is actually filter the rooms and take out the ID, but I don't want to do that. Or we can say like state that rooms that filter. I say room and say room dot underscore ID is not equals to action dot pay load dot ID, like that. That's what we can also do. Yeah. So if it is for failed, state that rooms will be we'll filter there, state that rooms for each room that is not equals to action.payload. Because we are bringing back the ID, if we should check the let's check the backend server, and let's go to room controller, and then let's look for delete. Okay, so that will hit this. Are we bringing back the ID? Yeah, we are bringing back the ID when the deletion is successful. Okay, cool. So basically that's what we should do. All right, so let's add a case when it is rejected. Let's add case delete room that's rejected. You need the state, then an action, say state that is loading to be false, say that is error true, message goes to action dot payload, like that. All right, so let's come to the, you don't need the room controller. Let's come to the room JSX pages, room JSX, yeah. And then let's do an on-click. Let's say handle delete. So that should be this. Why are we having troubles? So sequenced what's to function, then with the we need to bring in, do we already have dispatch? Okay, we already have dispatch. Then we need to bring in delete room, and then let's define that function here, and then say dispatch delete room, and it has the ID like that. Yeah. So let's check if it's successful. Use state, pass these, use selector, sorry, pass the state but like that. Okay, so we come to use effect and say use effect, and then just take the success and we say if a success, let's do navigate to rooms and then dispatch reset. Okay. So we need to bring in the navigate, use navigate, which we will take from React router down. So we say use navigate, and then we say that once navigate use navigate. So if it is successful, we navigate to rooms and then dispatch reset like that. Right, moment of truth. Let's see if that works. Let's click, yeah, works. Go. Son. Why are we having? Yeah, I think the reset. There's a problem with the reset function here. State that is loading. Reduces. Did you export the reset? State that actions. Redux sometimes is so annoying. What's the problem? Success true. That's all. Oh. Okay, so with the rooms, yeah, with the rooms, after we are dispatching get rooms, and then let's say where's the get rooms? Effect, select dispatch. Yeah, and let's say reset. So after we get all the room, we have to as well dispatch so that we can get the reset a success to be false. Yeah, let's refresh. Then false. Why is it not working? Okay, that works. Okay, cool. So let's try then. So basically that's it for the rooms. Let's create another one. Test. And then choose images. Let's do backstop. Space. Let's do this. And select. Okay, let's change something with the rooms. What I'd want to do is that after creating the rooms, I'd want to go to the rooms. I want to load the rooms.jsx. So let's register rooms, create room. Okay, so if it's successful, where is it? Yeah, I want to go to rooms like that. So let's come back in here, create another one, say test2, say another room, scroll down, submit. Yeah, another. We didn't create an image for it, so let's delete it. So rooms, create. Let's see if we can edit to the room. And let's say update, submit. Cool. Come here, delete. Cool. All right. So basically, we've added the delete functionality to let's log out. The delete functionality to it. So, but now what we can do is that and let's push the code to GitHub, and then say git status add commit update added edit and delete functionality, and then git push origin master. That should do it. Alright, so basically for now we've been able to complete the getting of the rooms, editing of the rooms, and then deletion of the rooms. So in the next section we will try and then handle the client aspect side, where the client will be able to make bookings from the front end. Alright, so thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and also keep on pushing.